see your face, girl, I lose control.
Every time I see your face, it makes me wanna sing.
I've got to make you feel I'm so ready. Oh, do you like this? And do you like I want you, girl, I need you. I can't eat, I can't sleep, you always on my mind. Hey, my lady, feel love to feel you roam my baby. Oh, girl, I'm down on my knees. Oh, crazy love, baby. You belong to me and only me, baby. Just once more. That's all I need you to say, baby. Yes, you put the spell on me. I'm hooked, baby. Ah, come on, ready to love. Oh yeah, you are a queen of my heart. Oh, 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 oh.
Every time I see your face.
How does a man go from singing one of the biggest R&B love songs of the 90s to completely disappearing from the spotlight? Rome had it all: chart-topping hits, a silky smooth voice, and the kind of face that made aunties and daughters swoon. His debut single, I Belong to You, was a full-blown classic. So why did the industry treat him like he never existed? Some say he got caught up in shady contracts. Others whisper about money problems, sabotage, and even being blackballed by his own label. And then there's Rome's side of the story, the one the public wasn't supposed to hear. This isn't just a case of a one-hit wonder. What really happened to Rome? The answer might just change how you see the entire 90s R&B game. Let's be honest. When most people hear the name Rome, they think one-hit wonder, a smooth voice, one slow jam, and then crickets. And to be fair, that's exactly what the industry wants you to believe. But that narrative, it's lazy. Because Rome wasn't just a lucky artist who stumbled into a hit. The man could sing, he could write, he had the charisma, the image, the voice, and the pen. When I Belong to You dropped in 1997, it didn't just climb the charts, it lived there. The song hit #1, 6 on the Billboard Hot 100, and basically became the soundtrack of every black wedding for the next 5 years. His debut album went gold, and he was getting real R&B love. Not just fans, but respect in the game. So why is it that when you look up his name today, all you find is a dusty Wikipedia page and a few random interviews? Because somewhere between the charts and the checkbooks, Rome got erased. And it wasn't by accident. Here's the thing. Rome didn't fall off because he wasn't talented. He fell off because the industry made sure he did. See, behind that smooth smile and babyface charm was an artist who didn't know how to play the game. And by that, we mean he wasn't afraid to speak up when things felt shady. That's where the trouble started. After the success of his debut album, Rome should have been everywhere. Endorsements, tours, a second album with bigger features, you name it. Instead, crickets. Why? Because Rome went public with his issues at RCA Records. He accused the label of shady accounting, mismanaging his money, and straight up not paying him what he was owed. And in the music business, especially in the 90s, going against your label was career suicide. You don't bite the hand that feeds you, and Rome bit hard. In interviews, he hinted that people close to him were robbing him blind. He said, I sold over 1 million records, and I'm still broke. That's not just bad luck, that's a setup. And when you start talking like that, labels don't just drop you, they bury you. No promo, no features, no radio, just silence. And that silence? It was loud. Let's talk about what really went down behind closed doors. Rome's debut album dropped in '97 under RCA. And it wasn't just a win, it was a statement. The project had solid R&B production, smooth slow jams, and the kind of vulnerability that male artists rarely showed back then. But according to Rome, the success came with a price, and not the kind you cash at the bank. He claimed that after the album blew up, his relationship with RCA soured fast. Instead of investing in his follow-up, the label allegedly got cold. Rome started making noise in interviews, calling out the execs, the accounting, even the way his next projects were being handled. And when an artist starts exposing receipts, Labels start pulling plugs. The drama didn't stop there. Rome revealed that the people managing him weren't just incompetent, they were greedy. He said folks around him were more focused on taking than building. Money was disappearing. Projects were getting delayed. And every time he pushed back, he got labeled as difficult. You already know what that means in the industry. Once you're seen as a problem, you're either shelved or blacklisted. And in Rome's case, probably both. One minute he's performing on Soul Train, the next, he's gone. But the worst part? This wasn't just a label issue. Word on the street was that Rome had no real allies in the business. No backup, no cosigns, no powerhouse producer or megastar to go to bat for him. It was just him against the machine. And the machine won. Now, imagine going gold, touring the country, hearing your voice on every radio station, and still being flat broke. That was Rome's reality. Despite selling hundreds of thousands of records, Rome admitted he never saw the kind of money that matched his success. And when fans started asking where he went, he was quietly dealing with a financial nightmare. The kind of nightmare that turns R&B dreams into unpaid bills and empty bank accounts. In later interviews, he revealed that most of his earnings were tied up in contracts he didn't fully understand. Sound familiar? It's the classic story. Young artist signs a flashy deal, gets a quick advance, and by the time the label finishes recouping their expenses, there's barely anything left. But it wasn't just bad business, it was burnout. Rome wasn't built for the fake industry smiles and behind-the-scenes snakes. He was an artist, not a politician. And once the label drama hit and the money stopped flowing, the pressure crushed him. He took a step back, disappeared from the charts. No more major interviews, no flashy appearances, just Rome in the background, trying to figure out how it all went so wrong. Fans assumed he fell off, but the truth, he was exhausted, mentally, emotionally, and financially. He was still writing, still recording, but without label support, everything became 10 times harder. And the industry, it doesn't wait for anyone to catch up. After all the label drama and financial mess, Rome didn't disappear completely. He just stopped chasing the industry that had already turned its back on him. While fans were wondering where he went, Rome was regrouping. He shifted away from the spotlight and started focusing on healing, creating, and finding his own lane. No big PR moves, no flashy reality shows. Just quiet, independent hustle. He released several independent albums over the years. To the highest, Food for the Soul, Do It. But without the machine behind him, they flew way under the radar. No big budget, no radio push, just raw music and loyal fans who stuck around. But even as he dropped new songs, Rome kept it real about the toll it all took on him. In interviews, he hinted at depression, at feeling used, and at questioning if it was all even worth it. He said, "The industry broke my heart." And you could hear the pain behind those words. There were whispers that he tried to relaunch himself multiple times, but the doors that were once wide open stayed shut. Once the industry labels you as difficult, it rarely offers second chances, especially if you're not willing to play the game on their terms. But here's the thing, Rome never stopped making music. He just stopped chasing validation. He started writing and producing behind the scenes, mentoring up-and-coming artists, and reclaiming control over his career on his own terms. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't viral, but it was his. So where is Rome now? He may not be topping charts anymore, but he's far from done. These days, Rome is still doing what he loves, creating music, but on his own terms. No label execs pulling the strings, no fake industry promises, just an independent artist with a loyal fan base, and a whole lot of wisdom. He continues to drop music quietly on streaming platforms, and while it doesn't make mainstream waves, those who know. His voice, still smooth, his pen, still sharp, and his hustle, undeniable. Rome's also shifted into the role of mentor, guiding younger artists, warning them about the traps he fell into, and using his story as both a cautionary tale and a blueprint for survival. He doesn't crave the spotlight anymore. Now, it's about legacy. And speaking of legacy, let's talk numbers. His estimated net worth is reportedly under $1 million. Modest compared to the fame he once had. But when you factor in the financial abuse, the contracts, and the blackballing, the fact that he's still standing is impressive on its own. Rome will forever be remembered for I Belong to You, a song that defined a moment in R&B. But for those who dig a little deeper, he'll also be remembered as the artist who fought back, the one who spoke up, the one who refused to be just another disposable name on a label's balance sheet. He didn't vanish, he survived. At the end of the day, Rome's story isn't just about a singer who faded from fame, it's about how the music industry can chew you up, spit you out, and act like you never existed. He came in with a hit, got caught in a system built on control, and when he pushed back, they hit him with silence. No drama, no headlines, just quiet erasure. But Rome didn't fold. He didn't chase clout or start beef just to stay relevant. He pivoted. He protected his peace. And even without the machine behind him, he kept doing what he loved. So the next time someone calls him a one-hit wonder, just know there's a whole story behind that one hit. A story of talent, betrayal, resilience, and survival. And honestly, that might be more legendary than another platinum plaque.